Hello everybody. I want to talk about family for a minute and marriages for a minute. I feel that a lot of people sometimes really honestly believe that their family, their spouse, their children are the most important things to them in life. But as me and my friend were talking, we really were wondering, is it really? You hear a lot of people say, okay, you know what, I don't have time to spend with the kids right now because, I'm doing this career and this thing is really taking my time, and I'm just doing it, it's because of you guys I'm doing it. But we know material things definitely never fill the space of a relationship between a parent and a child, between a spouse and between spouses. Material things never feel that. You could give the greatest gifts in the world. You could provide exotic foods for your family all the time, or money to be able to travel all the time. But if that relationship is not built, there's something really vital that is missing in the family. So I want everyone who is married or even have children, everyone who is married and maybe has some kids, I want you all to stop setting your family as a priority. I want you to set them as the most important relationships you will have besides your relationship with God, because we got to keep that intact, because He's our creator and He's the one that orders our life and makes it great. So besides your relationship with God, your relationship with your family has to be the next important thing. And it cannot be a priority. It cannot be just a priority. Do you know why I say that? Because priorities change day to day. It's really weird how that happens. I could be, building this house for my family could be priority today. Then the next day, the priorities could be, let's clean the house. Priorities change from day to day. When things are set in stone as important, they don't change. And I'm not saying it's important, but not really. Many people are setting their families as priority and not as the second most important things in their life, because people priorities shift and change. That is why we see a lot of relationships lacking in families, because one day it could be a priority, I want to spend time with my wife, my husband. The next day priorities could be, I need to get this thing done at my workplace. So really, people, think about it. Set it as important. When it's important, it's nothing else matters until this is taking place. Nothing else matters until this is in effect. That's the difference between something being important and something being a priority. Okay? It's important you breathe, because if you don't breathe, you will die. Okay? So if some of you holding your breath right now, you might want to breathe, people, or you'll die. That's what I mean by something is important. It is a vital thing that has to be in effect before everything else can be in effect. Okay? Don't set it as one of my priorities. Set it as important. Set it as a must. When you set your relationships in your family as a must, what's going to happen is you will always make sure that it's taken care of. And don't be deceived to think that everything else you're providing or supplying for your family can take the place of that intimate relationship you develop with your spouse or your children. It is not impressive to work 60 hours, and when it comes down to it, you come home and you're tired, you don't have time to talk to your spouse, you don't have time to talk to your children. They're missing such a vital part of their lives. All the money in the world cannot replace that. All the money in the world cannot replace that. Because everybody has money. Money is always going to be there. But the years go by. Isn't it amazing how parents will give back to a child and they'll say, oh my gosh, before I knew they were 2. Wow, you've already missed 2 years. If you were spending all that time working and trying to accumulate all this stuff for your family, you missed 2 years of their life. Wow. You cannot have those years back. You can always make money, have provisions and everything. But the relationship you could have built from the time your child was 0 to 2 can never come back to you once you pass that age time. So people, you cannot set your family as a priority because priorities shift and change. You got to set it as important, and important means unless this is in effect, nothing else matters. I really hope you all got it. And if I need to do another video to just explain more about this, I will. And don't forget to subscribe and comment and visit the website below to grab a copy of the book. And finally, people, have a frank day. And no, don't be frank with Frank. Be frank with you. Bye.